Now, Roland, what's your reaction to the fact that the Confederate flag is still flying high in South Carolina tonight?
It is beyond shameful. The Confederate flag is the greatest hate symbol America has ever produced. And when I hear these folks talk about, oh, it's about our history, no, it's not. This flag was raised in South Carolina over the state capitol in 1962 in opposition to federal intervention when it came to civil rights. It was a year after Alabama's George Wallace, the governor, raised it over the state capitol. And many people don't understand this flag actually disappeared for several decades. And it only was brought back to fight the Black freedom movement and the civil rights movement. And so when people, I don't want to hear this nonsense from people and talk about, oh, it's about our heritage. No, it is a hate symbol that has no place over any state capitol, flying on any grounds anywhere in America.
Well, you know, it's interesting. You know, the journalist Jeffrey Goldberg said he didn't understand why it isn't treated the way the swastika is treated in modern Germany, right, where they completely shun the swastika. So he was agreeing with you. But, you know, there was a recent survey by NBC News, and it found the country divided over this. And this is pretty interesting, right? They found 49% of Americans say that the Confederate flag is a symbol of racism, but an equal number see it as a symbol of simple Southern pride. Are you surprised by that breakdown? I mean, almost 50-50?
No, I'm not surprised by it because Americans have always been lied to when it comes to our history. That's the problem. It's not history, it's actually his story. And so when you've had numerous politicians, when you've had numerous individuals going on television, on radio saying, oh, no, this is about culture, it's about pride, when you literally are teaching that in Americans' history books, of course.
The governor of South Carolina, Nikki Haley, who's been moved to tears by this horrific tragedy this week, was actually asked about taking that flag down, and she said it's a non-issue. And I wanted to play for you, Roland, so you could just exactly hear it in her own words.
Sure.
What I can tell you is over the last 3.5 years, I spend a lot of my days on the phones with CEOs and recruiting jobs to this state. I can honestly say I have not had one conversation with a single CEO about the Confederate flag. But we really kind of fixed all that when you elected the first Indian American female governor, when we appointed the first African American U.S. senator. That sent a huge message.
Huge message?
Really? Really, Nikki? How about this here, Governor Haley? 9 people shot and killed in a church by a racist, a terrorist, and guess what was on his car? A Confederate flag. Now, I want to know those CEOs respond to that. And so at the end of the day, when she says it doesn't come up, it is because it has been embraced. It is because politicians in debates have said, oh, no, that's the state. It's about heritage. No, we have been lied to, and I'm sick and tired of this game. It is a racist symbol. It is about hatred. It is about bigotry, and she should have the audacity. She should have the courage to say, we don't need to fly that. What she should be saying is fly the American flag, because you know what, the Confederacy, you lost. You lost in what other country flies a flag of some traitors who they actually beat in a war? That's how ridiculous this is.